Good morning. All right. First Wednesday of the new year. Thank you guys for tuning in. And before we get started, let's hear from one of our sponsors. Who do we pick today? Let's pick Yvette to start us out for the new year.
Your clients are most concerned with their $6,000 to $7,000 air conditioning unit in their home when it's triple-digit heat here in Arizona. And Old Republic Home Protection has got you covered. On our Platinum plan, if we cannot repair, we replace with no age restriction. Yes, entire air conditioning unit systems. We also cover $1,000 in modification that's always necessary when we replace units. And we have no pound or dollar limit on refrigerant. Most home warranty companies now have a pound or dollar limit on the R22 refrigerant because it's tripled in cost, or they don't cover it at all. And we will cover that with no pound or dollar limit. Remember Old Republic Home Protection on your next contract. We greatly appreciate your business.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. If you're looking for different results this year, it's up to you to make it happen. Now, that's good news and that's bad news. The good news is that it is in your control. The bad news is
it's in your control.
It's in your control. And the bad news is, it's hard to change. Look, every year, New Year's resolutions, and people just think something magically is going to happen. And look, as human beings, we're creatures of habits. That's why we develop routines in our life, because we like to be creatures of habit. And anything that disrupts the routine causes anxiety, and people don't like anxiety. So, this week on MidWeek MindFreak, we're going to share some of the skills that are hard to learn, but I guarantee not only will it pay off forever, but you will see results and you will see a massive change in your life. So welcome to this year's first MidWeek MindFreak.
Chuck and Angela run multiple million-dollar companies. They are members of Riz Media's Billionaire Club, have coached and mentored thousands of agents, and are international speakers. They say by radically changing your mindset, not only can you change your outlook on life, but affect the actual results you obtain. Welcome to MidWeek MindFreak.
For a lot of us growing up, we had parents that say, go to school, get a good job, get good grades, get married, have kids, and you're just going to live a great life. Well, I'm not saying any of those things are bad, but, our parents wanted us to be safe, and they just thought that's what everybody else did. And times have radically changed, because successful students these days are usually left with these burdens of debt and jobs that really don't require some of the skill sets that are taught in school. So even the smartest brains out there that studied with these hopes of having their skills and their education get them these great jobs and change their lives, never really get to put that into practice. But luckily things are changing, and diplomas are losing importance and credibility. And that's because of the way the world is functioning is radically changing on what is important, what skill sets are really important. They did a study, and I just want to talk about this just for 1 second, that 60% of all Americans report that they need a raise of about $6,000 to $10,000 a year just to live comfortable. $6,000 to $10,000. These people aren't happy. Only less than 20% are happy with their current income.
And they hate their jobs.
Yeah. For some, these numbers are kind of frightening. But for those who are ready to change, they bear lots of opportunity in this world we live in. And if you want to potentially earn more money, increase the quality of your life, and there are certain skills that you need to master. Like I say, if you want to live a beast life, um, little shout out to my buddy Phil. It isn't always easy, but I'm going to tell you the things that we're going to go over, these skill sets are definitely worth learning. You guys really uh, need to listen carefully and think how you're going to apply these things to change your life.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about this.
Look at you with your curly hair today. You have like little curly
I
hair.
have a little bit of curls in my hair.
You do.
Podcast listeners can't see
Curls,
it. I'm so sorry.
bangs. Wow.
I always have bangs.
Who's this?
I have bangs every day. So I'm excited about this concept. Some of them I know deep down in my core that they've been important. I've known for a long time, and we have both made concerted efforts to improve in the areas, but some of them, man, do I need to work on as well. So I'm excited to share these with you. The first thing I want to talk about is in school, when I listen to my kids, and even when I was a teacher, this thought process of help kids have self-esteem bugs the crap out of me.
What is this? Like, shucks.
Gee, guys, let's all have good self-esteem. They're close, but that's not quite it. Because the keys to success are not necessarily your natural ability or having the right product or being in the right field or even having a blessed background or some certain IQ. It's confidence. And confidence isn't something that you just say, I'm going to have confidence today. Confidence is a muscle that you need to develop and that you need to build, and it needs to have some real life stuff behind it. You need to learn things and practice and become excellent in order to foster
you mean
confidence.
People have to do something? Is that what you're saying, Angela?
I am, Chuck.
Right.
So it's so funny because with confidence comes passion and bravery and fire and belief in yourself. But it doesn't come just by envisioning it. It comes with this massive action behind it and learning what you're getting good at and what you need to get better at. When you're full of confidence, and I know this from experience, Chuck and I will see what most people see as a problem and we'll think it's an opportunity, or something that's a stumbling block or a wall that paralyzes people become a stepping stone for us, right? And it's something that becomes a solution. And you got to wire confidence into yourself with actions and knowledge and experience. And you're in control of taking the action, getting the knowledge, and going and getting the experience with massive action. Confidence is a decision, a practice, and a muscle you build up.
And it's funny because whenever I look at palm trees when it's windy out, just like the other day, it made me think of they had built that biosphere and without wind or anything like that, and the roots couldn't take hold. That's like the confidence in your life. It's the adversities, it's the challenges, it's the everyday things in life is what makes you stronger and gives you more confidence. I tell you, I think that is one of our strong points, and it's not conceited. It is confident. The more we do and do and do,
it's active. It's not passive.
Yeah, here's confidence right now, Tracy. Yes, we're hoping this one will be the best year yet.
She says, Happy New Year. This will be the best year yet.
So anyway, the next one is stop whining.
For heaven's sake, stop.
Oh my gosh. We expect kids to whine. Matter of fact, kids are very open about their whining. But I'm going to tell you, some adults are way worse whiners than their kids.
That's way more annoying.
But adults try to hide their whining into casual conversation. I'm very in tune to that. I watch. So like if you ask someone how they're doing, see how long it takes before the conversation degenerates into whining and complaining. And like, if any of these sound familiar, oh man, I'm working so hard, I'm so busy, and the kids and the bills and the economy and oh, it's just, God, it's unbecoming.
Yeah.
And it borders on, like we say, victim mentality. So I wanted to figure out, why do people whine so much? And I come up with two reasons why I think adults whine. One is they crave attention. They crave attention. They want people to feel sorry for them. They want people to go, oh, if I share my woes, and another person might feel like that empathy, and that they're not alone in the world. You know that phrase, misery loves company.
Yeah.
They want company. And whiners want people to feel their pain. And you know what? Really, it doesn't work that way anymore.
It's not a constructive thing.
Well, and look, don't get me wrong. There are some people that go through some tough that you want to come alongside of them and have empathy. But I'm talking about the people that every time you talk to them,
Habitual. Yep.
you know who they are. It's those people like, oh God. And what do they do is they suck the life out of you, and you don't want to be around them. The other one is, believe it or not, some people want to feel admired. They feel like they're martyrs.
Oh,
That you know what I'm saying? That if, oh my gosh, I
So what
can't
you're
believe
saying,
you
like,
fight through that.
yeah, that's it. So you're giving all of your things. So someone pats you on the back and says, wow, you're so strong, or you're so whatever.
Oh yeah, and I know it sounds a little jacked up, but I think there's a tinge of that in there. And I watch some people who do that, who it's like their hardships they're working through that really aren't hardships. And
Yeah, well, their whole demeanor changed. Like, hey, how are you? How are you? Oh man, I've been better. I'm like, oh, here it comes.
yeah.
The funny thing is, if someone wants attention and craves attention, you want to attract the right attention. So the whole flip side of that attitude would attract actually people who could lift you up instead of come down with your whining with you.
Yep, there's my good buddy. Yes, life is too short to be miserable. That is so true. I'm going to tell you, being miserable just sucks, and it's an attitude. That's why we're teaching you these skills. So
the next one, I was listening to Simon Sinek. He was talking about the concept of listening.
Wait, Krista did make a good point.
Yeah.
You get those certain people, you don't even want to
ask how they're doing. That's right.
They almost want to pry they want you to ask them.
Yeah, it's true. I'm like, don't ask. You just ask them. So that's funny. So anyway, I was listening to Simon Sinek. He was talking about the concept of listening. I love the way he talked about it. He actually was referring to Nelson Mandela. And Nelson Mandela was telling about one of the things that had made him and shaped him into such an extraordinary leader. And then went on to say that Nelson Mandela's father, who was a tribal leader, taught him how to be wise in meetings. And the wisdom had a couple of characteristics. First of all, they always sat in a circle, right, facing each other. And then when something was discussed, his father would listen to everyone, asking questions to make sure he understood what the speaker was saying. He didn't nod when he agreed with somebody. He didn't shake his head when he disagreed with somebody. He actually listened for the sake of seeking to understand. And I realize that most people, including me for sure, barge into a conversation with, this is what we're talking about and this is my opinion. And then say, what do you think? Well, the problem is good luck with getting people to tell you what they actually think, or to speak honestly or openly with an approach like that. So we hear, be a great listener, be an active listener. So it's not really that. It's not being a good listener. The skill is really being the last to speak your opinion. Listen, ask questions to seek to understand the thoughts in the room. And then when you've really understood all of those things, you're going to, why are you laughing at me? Because then you'll have your time to say the things you want to say for impact. I'm terrible at this, by the way. He wanted to interrupt me like 7 times. I'm going to tell you right now.
No. Yeah, being a good listener.
It's so hard.
You know, Laura, great point.
You have to read it.
There are some people, and Laura says, unfortunately, you cannot change those people. These are the whiners. Some people live and thrive in drama, misery. You're so right. And they drain you. But wait till you hear my last point. And this hopefully, the reason why we do this is sometimes somebody might just have that aha moment and go, shit, is that me? And I do.
That listening one.
Said, you know, that's me. Because I want to grow. I'm constantly listening, going, which ones do I fall short in, and which ones can I work on? We all fall short, all of us. But being cognizant and being, but anyway, my last one, we'll touch on that. So, are you done with your listening?
I am. Thank you for waiting till I had everything out of my mouth.
The next one is being consistent. This falls on when I say trust the process, that we quit too soon. One of the most important things that you have to realize, this is like an imperative thing, guys, is when you grow into maturity, the power of consistency is the most important thing you're going to do to be successful. It will outshine everything else. Just being consistent. It's not about being smarter. It's not about working harder. It's being consistent. And it is that important. In order to achieve your goals and plan, you must be consistent in everything you do. I always think about the gym analogy. Somebody gets in the gym, they work out for a week, and they go, I don't see any changes. Like, every person will look at them and go, "You an idiot? You ain't going to see changes in a week." And that is a prime example of the power of consistency. The difference is with the gym and eating right and working out is you can physically see the changes, but the consistency from a work pattern, that after a while, you know what you'll start to see changes: your bank account, your income.
Mm-hmm.
It will happen. And many of the big leaders, the big successful people, I would almost say all of them, they have a common theme. It's consistency. Looking at people like Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos, the list goes on. Watch their beginnings. It was years of being consistent before things paid off. These people understood the power of consistency in life and adopted those tools to their work. And here's the crazy part, but they don't stop. These are massively successful people, but they still are being consistent in what they do. And it becomes this habit. So that is a powerful thing, guys. Be consistent, which goes to being patient.
And my last one absolutely blew my mind when I thought
Let's
about
hear
this.
what Rachel always got.
You can never get too busy to practice consistency. Too many agents get caught up in busy work and they don't stay consistent in what got them the busy work. Wow, that actually segues perfectly. It's like she's reading the next topic in my mind, right? And it has to do with managing your time. I read this study. I was like, this is so true. It had some really interesting results. In summary, the way that most people think they spend their time has no reflection on the reality of how they actually spend their time. So listen to a couple of these points. There are lots of them, but here's a couple. People wildly overestimated the time that they devoted to housework. And they really underestimated the time that they actually sleep. They grossly overestimated how much time we work. One study took a bunch of people who claimed that they work at least 75 hours a week. They were off by at least 25 hours. When they actually saw how many hours. And then people who said, I work between 65 and 74 hours a week, they were off by 20 hours. And it went on and on like that. Nobody accurately reflected the way that they actually work. So if people aren't doing housework as much as they think, they're sleeping way more than they say they are, and they work a lot less than they think. What are they doing? Well, this won't be shocking that people spend over 30% of their time checking messages, emails, texts, Facebook, all of these things. So our calendars and in the way that we time block is another problem. We either don't time block at all. That's probably the majority of the population. Or when we do, we time block all this busy work and not the stuff that matters. So for example, we have blocks of 30 minutes, blocks of 15 minutes, maybe an hour, but I've rarely seen a calendar that put like time for meaningful creative tasks. And the truth is, we were created in God's image, and God is a creator, and we're supposed to be creating. Go look at your calendar. Show me in your calendar where you have 50 hours to devote to a project over time that's truly creative in
And
your calendar.
dollar producing activities.
Yeah, because if you look at your calendar, you're wasting your day away with unimportant or lesser important tasks.
And when you put it in the calendar, do not change it unless it was an extreme emergency. We always say this to people. If you schedule your hair appointment or your nails or a doctor's appointment,
you don't miss it.
You don't. If a client wants to see a house, you go, can't make it between those times. But if it was prospecting, all of a sudden, sure, I can make it. I got plenty of time. And it's because you don't view the importance of the dollar producing activity and because you're probably lazy, but that's a whole different
There's all
topic.
kinds of things.
So my last one, and this one falls back to is what Laura had said is be honest with yourself. Now here's what I'm going to say. There's not one person who does not listen to this that should say, I don't have an issue in any of those fields. The question you should be asking yourself is to what extent I fall into those fields. And that's why I'm hoping that these people that live in drama or that are miserable may get honest with themselves and go, damn, that's
annoyed.
me. Every time I speak. And you know what's funny? I'm going to share. We like sharing our personal stuff with people.
Yep.
Just the other day, just yesterday.
What was it? What are you going to say?
I'm talking. If you let me speak, you see, it's called listen. Remember, that was your topic.
I was asking questions to understand.
But the other one we should have here is patience.
I don't have that.
No. Is I'm on a call, and yes, I tend to be a very combative person. I like to debate.
You're good at it.
And because I'm confident. No, that's bad. That was bad. But I like to debate. And through this conversation with this company, they were saying things that I wanted to interject because it was rubbing me the wrong way, and I wanted to debate them. And here was the battle in my mind, and this should be the battle in all of your minds. Pick your battle. So I stopped. I shut my mouth. But then another opportunity came up. I go, now I need to say that. Nope, pick your battle. Stop being combative. Is it really worth that argument? Why are you saying? Is it from pride and ego? And you see, I create, look, like we say, the battle starts in your mind. When you become aware of how you are in your person, there should be a battle. And I'm not going to say you're going to win all the time, but now you're going to stop lying to yourself that I'm like, sometimes it ain't healthy. Sometimes I shouldn't be doing it. And I went the whole conversation. It was about an hour conversation.
High five.
And did not open my fat mouth.
I can't believe you high fived me.
Because if I would have left you hanging, you would have been whining. Yeah.
Oh,
so anyway, one of the biggest mistakes is that we don't think we are that person. We lie to ourselves. Here's some of the things that people lie about. They think they're hard workers. Like Angela just said, do a time study. You'll see how hard of a worker you are. They go, I don't do this. I don't do that. This is the reason. That's the reason. Everybody's got an excuse. When you're brutally honest with yourself and you can say, I know what I know and I know what I don't know, you all of a sudden start to put into an element you could grow as a person. That I can't stand when I hear people say, I don't need to be in the training. Look, I'm going to focus right now on EXP agents. Maybe you're my agents. I'm going to tell you right now, if you are not taking full advantage of what EXP has to offer, and then you bitch to me, and I just saw an agent do this. He literally said, I don't want to pay 20%. And somebody says, well, it's not paying the percentage. What's the value? And he goes, I get no value from that company. And I'm going to go, because you don't do shit.
Yeah, you don't plug in.
There is so much training. There is so much value. Oh. And I'm not just saying EXP. That's the company I'm at. I see it. Maybe your company has a lot of value too. I don't think as much as EXP, but stop bitching about your company and saying they don't offer nothing, and they might not.
That might be true.
But I'm going to tell you, if you say that at EXP, you're pathetic.
I agree.
And we have agents leave. It's not like it used to be. Look, you don't do shit. Stop making lies to yourself.
Yeah, be honest.
Plug in. And if you don't think you still need training, shame on you. I love
Everyone
getting
needs
training. I love being around bigger thinkers. I love being around people that are going to coach me, that are going to tell me what I'm doing wrong. And that's why I say who you're around matters. Be around bigger thinkers, and you'll still, don't ever say, I don't need that. So quite often, change is about changing our mindset.
Yeah, and you always have to work on that. It just doesn't happen by itself.
Yes, Laura, self-awareness is huge. I gotta say something. That comment right there, self-awareness, is what changed my life as far as a business person. I started to realize, look, I don't know it all, and I want to be around.
And I want more.
I want more and more and more. I want to learn, and that I will take responsibilities. When I don't work, I could see the results.
Mm-hmm.
When I work, I could see the results. So absolutely, that's called growth and maturity.
Yeah, you know what? The other thing about self-awareness, Laura, like what you said, is huge. The other thing about self-awareness is it gives your mind pliability. Because if you know what you know and you know what you don't know, you're literally allowing your mind to be open to new possibilities, new information, new people, better circumstances. Because when you're not honest with yourself and you're not self-aware, you're closed-minded to all of that.
Yeah, Jim, exactly. The company you keep with matters, exclamation point. I tell people, you have no idea how powerful that is. It's just like Proverbs 27:17 is iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another. Who's sharpening your iron, and whose iron are you sharpening, man? It goes hand in hand. And I have to tell you, I just want to just dwell on this lying to yourself one more time, guys. Most people fail is because you just think you are that good. You just think you're so much better than everyone else.
Do.
Yeah, I'm amazed how many people think they work hard. And
I study.
wow, blows me away. Change your life, guys. So
back to the first comment. I am so excited about this year, and I mean that sincerely. There are a lot of things that we're doing with our business. If you want to grow in your business and be around like-minded people, reach out. We want to help.
Learning these skills is free.
Ooh, good point.
Is free. You don't have to pay for any of them. There's no schooling you got to go to. You master these things, and I guarantee you'll see a big change. Guys, like I said, hey, look, if you're in real estate and you want to surround yourselves with us, and God, I don't know why you would. No.
I do.
Reach out. If you need help, if you want prayer, reach out to us. We love praying for people. We want to see massive change in 2022. Stop relying on everyone else. Point that finger inward. Take control. There's so much resources out there, guys. We want to see you have massive success. Guys, we really appreciate you watching. Share this with other people. And don't forget to vote for us. Guys, we still got this month. If you don't know what we're talking about, we were nominated by Success Magazine as one of the top 125 most influential people in the year of 2021. If you think that we should get it, fine. Go to 125.success.com, 125.success.com. Look us up, find Chuck and Angela, and vote for us. You can vote for us every day if you are just feeling that love.
There's my girl.
Yes.
Hey, Lauren. I miss your face.
Yes, my own wife doesn't vote every day.
I do.
I'm kidding.
Sometimes.
Anyway, we appreciate you guys, and yes, we're always offering prayer. Text us, call us, whoever do you want us to pray for. We do. And we are one of those people that pray.
We actually do.
It's amazing. I know people that say they'll pray for you, and I'm like, who are you praying to? Nope.
Okay.
Anyway, time to leave the broadcast. Guys, have a great day. Welcome to the new year.